So, it was back in March 2007 when Debbie was abducted by her own friend. Her own classmate abducted her from her front porch with two other men while her parents were watching TV in the living room. Debbie was not seen for the next 3 years. However, in 2010, she was located at a pub in the Ukraine by a group of people, of course. And those group of people, lucky for her, actually reported it to the police, which not always happens, but they reported it to the police, and the police were able to find Debbie and send her back to the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are not informed, human trafficking is the third largest and fastest growing criminal industry in the world. Look around you closely. The people that might be serving you in the restaurant might be subject to human trafficking. Someone that you might see on the street that might look suspicious to you, that might not look familiar to you, might be subject to human trafficking. Those prostitutes that you think are doing that for a living might be heavily subject to human trafficking. So what do traffickers do with their victims? Well, you see, traffickers use this method of breaking down their victim by constantly drugging them, raping them, torturing them, beating them, and worst of all, setting a certain budget for them every single night to bring back home, otherwise they're left on the streets. So basically they're turned into prostitutes and are broken down very, very, very bad. And traffickers, quite frankly, always use the method of actually threatening the girl that they're going to kill someone close to her, or someone that's like a family member, or someone that's really, really close to her if she tries to run away. And of course, if anyone's put in that position, I mean, it's very, very, very hard for them to do anything about it. Growing rapidly. Do you guys know that over 6 million people get trafficked every single year around the world? 6 million people. Huge, huge figure. Now I have a question for you guys. Do you know which country most people get trafficked into? Does anyone have any idea of which country?
The US?
United States, that's correct. Around 600,000 people get trafficked into the United States of America every single year. 600,000 people. Statistics about human trafficking. A pimp, which is usually a guy that owns the girl. I really don't like to use that word, but the guy that the girl works for, or he has trafficked to wherever, can earn him to up to 2,000% off one girl by reselling her because he has already done the job. Of course, he's going to resell her for a greater price because he's already done the job of breaking down the girl, which is the hardest job ever. 1,500,000 children between the ages of 9 and 12 get trafficked every single year all over the world. One girl can make her pimp up to $250,000 a year. Talking about one victim, only one girl. And those people usually, it's like a business running, so it's very, very, very hard to keep track of. A lot of people address this question of can we stop human trafficking? People all over the world are actually trying to do that. Cops, police, the government, everyone's trying to cut down on, they're trying to find a solution of how can we stop this. Well, you see, in my own opinion, and from the research that I have done, according to specific websites, human trafficking is really unstoppable. It's up to us as people to stop human trafficking by making the right choices of learning who to trust, who to go out with, which parties should we attend, who should we chill with. And do you guys remember when we used to all be kids, our parents used to always tell us not to talk to strangers? Well, it's basically mostly because of this reason, and other reasons, but I mean mostly because of this reason. Strangers, we have to learn who we should trust and who we should always go go out with.